Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. We are in Bengaluru, India. It's the FIBA Women's Asia Cup, and it's the battle for 7th place between this Democratic People's Republic of Korea team and the Philippines. Well, both of these teams have had some bright moments, but neither has been able to conjure up a win in this tournament. So here they are fighting for 7th place and a spot to remain in Division A. The loser will drop down into Division B. So without question, this game has a lot at stake. And Democratic People's Republic of Korea have had some interesting performances. They almost got a win on opening day. They only lost by 1 to Chinese Taipei. They were perhaps a bit unfortunate not to win that game. The Philippines, they've started well in one game. They've been close in a couple of games, but they've never really been able to put, never mind 40 minutes, great minutes together, not even 30 minutes. So, you know, a lot of self-inflicted wounds, shall we say, has hurt that team. I'm Jeff Taylor, joined by Mick Bett, and, you know, the Philippines, I think we know they can definitely compete at the Division B level, Mick. And I think the jury is out on where they are in Division A in terms of have they taken a step forward. I just don't know this team well enough over the years if this was expected, how they're going to evaluate this performance.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff, and good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, wherever you may reside. This is an interesting game, relegation battle. I'm right with you, Jeff. It depends how this Philippines team is not strong for Division A. There's no doubt about it. They've taken some severe beatings. And do they have any other players to come in for the future? My fancy is this might be as good as it gets for this Philippines team. They've got the big in Castro, who doesn't play much. He'll have to develop over the next couple of years. I fancy this North Korean team to develop, get better. And I like what I see in some of the things they do. They need a lot of development in the organization, but they have players who can play, and for such an isolated country who doesn't get much continuity outside of North Korea in terms of the junior program, they're doing very well.
On the other hand, you get this Democratic People's Republic of Korea team, and they've shown some interesting qualities. Number one, perhaps, being combativeness. But number two, they've shown that they have a player in Roh So-myung who's really at the top level, and a player that they can build around for the future. So as the players are introduced here, we're going to take a pause and get ready for the national anthems of the Philippines and the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Number 12, Roh So-kyung. Number 14, Ho Eun-gyong. Number 15, Hong Soo-yeon. Number 16, Kim Ryu-jong. Number 17, Park Jin-ah. Coach Kim Chol-soon, assistant coach Cho Song-chan. Please rise for the national anthem of Philippines, followed by DPR of Korea.
So the players and the coaches greet each other. How about these guys? The referees, they're also at the end of a long tournament from New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Australia, Pickering, Waduje, and Reed. And we'll get a look at the rosters and the starting fives for both of these teams in this crucial game. And Patrick Henry Aquino, the coach of the Philippines, Mick, each of these players, well, they've had good moments and bad moments.
Yeah, absolutely. I just noticed the age there of Castro and Animam, Jeff. 18 and 20, the two of them. There you see a lineup with some photographs today. Kevin Van Lim. I thought Kevin Van played well yesterday. Ruzul Tai didn't start yesterday. Almazan and Deed to start with. I think this Filipino team will come out spirited as usual. They know they're playing for their lives in Division A. I just think that the way North Korea played yesterday, there was an element that they could compete and do very well today. As you see,
I think the Philippines have more basketball players that versatile to do different things, but it's more of an issue of organization, perhaps.
#1 sport in the Philippines, isn't it? The F8 Kim yesterday had a good game on day one, and an excellent game yesterday. And Rowe had a quiet game. I fancy Rowe today, Jeff, to be the dominant factor. She will play number 10 there, probably one of the. I'm not sure she is still the top scorer in the tournament because only had 10 yesterday, I think it was. But still a big force. She had Rowe was 11 points and 7 rebounds yesterday. That's the lowest performance there, the number 10 there for North Korea. Kim there, 8, went 7 of 9 for the three-point line in game 1. Big game yesterday. And I thought that the surprise element from yesterday for North Korea was the, I'm trying to find it on my score sheet here. It was the 19 points from number 10, Ri Jok-ok. And that would be interesting to see. She hadn't shown too much before Ri. And big numbers. There's the matchup we've highlighted today. Kevin Bin, good performance yesterday with 14 points and 7 assists. And then Rowe with her 11 points, but didn't look like Rowe, Jeff, did it?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
Aquino. I personally think we should be highlighting Kim, the point guard.
Yeah,
I think
that was the confusion in your eyes, wasn't it, when you looked at me at the screen? Yeah, we
had agreed. Anyway, the North Korean, the coach is Kim Chol-sun.
Yeah, and she gets going, that's for sure. She gets very angry after her troops. Now, there is an assistant coach that gets himself involved in timeouts, so there's plenty of advice for these players around them. We have 5 Kims on the floor or in the roster and 1 Kim on the sideline, so it'll get interesting for our master blaster, Jeff Taylor. I'll hand you over to the MC himself. He's going to take us through today's action.
Some people call me the DJ. Not really.
For a very good reason.
Not really. Welcome to Bengaluru, India, folks. It's the FIBA Women's Asia Cup. It's the Democratic People's Republic of Korea taking on the Philippines in hashtag FIBA Asia Cup Women 2017. Just did get that in there. So we're off, and Rowe wins the opening tip to Kim. So the North Koreans try to draw first blood here against the Philippines. And the miss, and now Miranda, or Resultat rather, gets the rebound, hands it over to Cabin Bin.
Well, both these teams will have to get some points from the perimeter, that's for sure. That's why the quick 3 went up from Ri, Jeff.
Almathon now over to Lim, who had a difficult game yesterday, and the ball stays out.
And those difficulties continue. Very unfortunate there. This will be an easier game for Lim in terms of where she can score against what sort of height on the floor. Here's a matchup they're gonna just milk this matchup, I think, inside. Amazon just reaching over the top there, Jeff.
Well, it's just 46 seconds in. If this were the Chinese game last night against Japan, which was a real thriller, we could expect the starting center for one of these teams to exit the game in about 15 seconds. We're still perplexed by that move by the China coach. Best center in the competition, played all of 18 minutes in about 40 seconds. Well, excuse me, she missed all of 18 minutes in the first half. But anyway, Rowe drives baseline, puts it up and in. Nobody can stop that in the Philippines team.
No.
She could be off to a 40-point game today.
You're going to have to start moving your feet a little better to cut that baseline drive off.
So nice move inside from Almathon. Maybe defensively, Rowe will be challenged. And Rowe again catches it in the low post and is fouled by Almathon.
It's 2 on Almathon, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Oh, no,
nope,
foul's on Lim, Jeff.
Okay.
No,
I thought it was on Almathon. So Zhang is in there. They've not had Pak the last couple of games after she picked up an injury. That's been a big absentee.
She was out there warming up, though.
Maybe she'll come in. And a foul called on
Rowe. She shot the
the
free
North
throw,
Koreans.
Jeff.
So she went over 2 and picked up a foul.
She was flying in for the rebound.
See the Filipinos desperate to get a win today. They want to stay in the Division A. And Resultai gets it to Lim, who steps and takes too many steps.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the wisdom of Resultai passing to Lim, who was in no better position to score than she was to begin with.
And the spin and the turn and the rebound for Kim. Open. And shot clock winding down. What was Almathon doing coming down with
who
one
stole the
hand?
ball? It looked like Kevin Bin stole the ball out of Almazan's hands. Bizarre.
Well, it's kind of a relaxed rebound. Has it rim out. Zhang with the rebound.
The Philippines all over the place here. They can't get out of their own half.
Zhang for 3. And the Philippines lucky not to give away a basket there. They give away that unnecessarily steal, and the North Koreans had a few extra shots. Almathon pulls up. Oh, that's much better from Almathon. That was a tough shot. Look at this, Mick. Dissect this for me.
Little stop and pop there. A little 15-footer for Almazan. Very flat push shot. Coaches this tournament very quick on timeouts early on in the game, aren't they? 2 minutes 40 seconds gone.
It's a common theme with North Korea getting that early timeout.
Yeah, burn the first one quick. Let's get and Jeff. Notice here in the huddle here, it's the assistant coach doing a lot of the talking, the tactic work. I don't know whether that's. I didn't see that earlier in the tournament. You see.
Former player himself, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Patrick Aquino drawing up the plans. Yeah, just from a pure competitiveness standpoint, the North Koreans did almost get that win against Chinese Taipei on opening day. Just think how that might have changed things up.
Oh, exactly. That's incredible, really. I just wonder whether they still would have been in this position, though, playing the final game.
So it's the battle for 7th place. The team that wins this will remain in Division A. The team that loses goes to Division B. And it's almost like starting all over again. And Cabin tried to sneak in there. So the three-point play has put the Filipinos on top 5-2. Kim and El Capitan misses. Cabin now. You know, the North Koreans are actually in Division B, and the last edition, here is the jump shot, no good from D. She trying to get a foul call there?
Yeah, I'm not sure, Jeff. But right now, neither team really taking the bit between the teeth, are they?
And Kim misses down low. Kim gets the rebound. Now Cabin open floor. Philippines. Gotta watch it. Don't want to. Yep, that's right. Wow. She carried it and turned it over. I was just saying she's got to not palm the ball.
The subs in the game for Korea. This is the Kim number 6 in.
The feisty
Kim. Jeff, we've got 3 Kims in the game now. We do indeed. And no, we've got a Kim coming out. That's going to help out. But Jeff, I'm wrong. One Kim has replaced another Kim. So there are 3 Kims on the floor.
Still have the same number. So Ri has gone out for North Korea. And the jump shot is no good from Kim Mi Hwang. Almathon had the shot, but an offensive foul.
Lim underneath, I think, just being a bit too assertive with the post up. Subs coming in, Lim's kind of come out. Not real. Lim played well early in the tournament, Jeff. Not really got going since, has she? Had a 9 points at 14 in game 3, but since then has really struggled.
Yeah, it really has. And now the reach, and D gets on the ground. Oh, she hustled Rowe there to that ball. And Almathon scrapping. See some more signs in this one so far that the Philippines may want this more than the North Koreans.
Yeah. Jeff, I don't understand why the shot clock didn't reset there, because Philippines had the ball in possession at one point on the floor. Interesting. You know, we've got 14 seconds. And even worse, because the shot clock had gone down to 8. It's very surprising.
And inside, and shot no good. And now D turns, puts it up. Animam hustles down the floor, gets it back to D.
The young 18 years of age, Animam.
Oh, nice turn, and Animam. And the foul called.
Well, Jeff, if they've got players like Animam coming through the junior ranks, then you see a bright future for the Philippines. It's all about putting effort into skill development at the younger age. We talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, Animam for me is one of the bright spots of this team. And like you said, just 18. So she is actually the youngest player on the team. And then you've got
Castro at 20, right?
Castro's at 20.
And she's 6'5", 6'6".
And these are the parts on the floor where they're really looking. And then Bernardino's 21.
Yeah, and I like Bernardino, very good.
Yeah, she's
young guard.
She's up and down, but I think there's more positive with her than negative. And Almathon almost knocks that ball away. And a little bit stagnant on
look
offense.
At this game now. Philippines taking it to right to the North Koreans.
And now Cabin. And then Cabin just tried to make the impossible pass to Animam. Good hands from Almathon, who's coming out with some credit today. Annalene Almathon, 28 years old, Adamson University, 1.80 meters in height. Average age of this Filipino team is 24. So
youngish, isn't it? Not overly youthful, but nice little balance.
Almathon, one of the elder statesmen, as is Lim at 28. Kim, meanwhile, launches one. Look at Animam. Couldn't bring it down. She needs to bring that ball down.
Another offensive rebound for Korea, though, Jeff. They're getting their fair share.
No look pass over to Kim on the baseline. Captain Kim.
And Korea are getting the shots, too. That's got to be a reset. You got to keep playing. It's unfortunate for Korea, but they'll get a sideline ball.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't need.
With a full 14.
We don't need stoppages like this.
No.
We want to keep it going. So now, long one, good. You know what? If you give a team second, third, fourth opportunities to score, they will eventually score, and that was Kim.
Totally agree. Enough opportunities and offensive rebounds. That's going to be a real Achilles for the Philippines, I think, offensive rebounds.
I suppose, Mick, really, as you look at Pontejos who's come in, her jump shot is off target. These teams, either of these teams wins this game, they might look back on this tournament and say it was a success. They stayed, their main aim was to stay in the top flight.
Oh, yeah, for the winner, yeah, definitely. For the loser, there'll be a lot of disappointment, yeah. Oh, absolutely, Jeff.
Because what's going to be the difference between, say, the winner of this and the New Zealand team, for example? They both stayed up. Neither of them got to the World Cup. The three-pointer's good, so 2 in a row.
Yeah, that's a good point.
From Kim.
I think for those two teams, I think for New Zealand, the disappointment will be greater. Their expectations might have been a lot higher, I think.
That said, they will. They seem to have an extra bounce in their step yesterday. They got over the shock of their defeat that knocked them out against Korea. So another timeout on the floor, and Democratic People's Republic of Korea take the lead on this three-pointer from Kim.
She's hit back-to-back threes, hasn't she, Kim? Not sure what her previous numbers were, but
Kim Mi-hyung.
She scored 11 points before this game, coming in all 5 games previous. Hasn't scored in the last 2 games.
But she had shown the capacity to hit the three-pointer. She had 3 threes. She actually, against Chinese Taipei, in fact, in the game they almost won, was 2 of 8 from long range. Now, obviously, 3 of 14 from the tournament is not a good percentage, but nevertheless, she has, all of those North Korean girls put them up, don't they?
Yeah, and if you look at her minutes, Jeff, 2 minutes against Australia, 11 against New Zealand, 6 against China. So against the big team, she's not trusted by the coach to get big minutes. There's other players ahead of her. So to come in at this stage, and obviously with the injury to Pak, the number 11, who we presume won't play, a chance for her to shine, and she's taken it so far very well. 6 of Korea's first 8 points. A bit of pressure here for Philippines, who might get the job done too.
Kim launches it. It's good. And
big smile on her face.
3 in a row.
Huge smile on her face.
Goodness gracious.
Jeff.
As we said, she had hit 3 in the tournament before today, and now she has 3.
That's tough.
What is it that happens when a player all of a sudden, she just sees the ball go in the hoop, and all of a sudden everything changes? Look at this.
I know.
No hesitation. It's like a free throw. And a big smile on her face.
Yeah, exactly right. It's 9 of the 11 points for the Koreans now. So they've just scored 9 in a row from the three-point line.
Bernardino in the game. Comes back out. Oh, Philippines a little bit shell-shocked here. Animam, and Rowe reaches in, takes it, now a break. And look at the Koreans, they've got numbers. Oh, beautiful bounce pass from Rowe.
And who scored? Kim, 9, double figures at Jeff.
And that is just a demonstration of Rowe's all-around skills. She gets it done defensively, she knocks it away, then she takes it up the middle on the fast break. Boy, it turned around in a hurry, didn't it?
Nice steer. Good defense from Rowe as well. Just leant back, didn't let the youngster get control.
You stay in the middle, why? So you got more options, passing options.
Yeah, well, the ball always should come to the middle on a fast break. Yeah, absolutely, because you can go left, right, or you can stay in the middle, yeah.
Just for those youngsters out there wanting to hear your wise words. Almathon.
That didn't learn much from me, I'm telling you.
Lim turns, shoots, and scores.
Nice move.
I'm not sure what happened there. The referee stopped play to talk to Rowe.
Not sure what happened there to Kim. Did she just trip on her own feet, or?
Well, she turned it over.
There was no foul call, that's for sure.
So
Kim, another Kim in the game. Luckily, one Kim's gone out. 6.
Yeah. So number 5, Kim Hee-jong has come into the game. Now Pontejos. Oh, she's shooting it from the parking lot, and she makes it.
Now we got a shootout.
In case, and now Bernardino just takes it away from Zhang. Bad turnover.
Oh, Jeff in a hurry. It's going to become a close game again.
Now Zhang falls asleep. 2 turnovers for Zhang. She's going to have to come out of the game. And then Pontejos puts it up, but misses. And the game turns helter-skelter. Here's Zhang. And the quick pass goes off of Rowe's hands. I'm guessing that'll be a turnover on Rowe, but look at that. 4 Filipino steals. And right when the North Koreans had the opportunity, Zhang just kind of lackadaisically just has the ball taken away. And she's going to take a seat.
Yeah, that's unforgivable because Zhang is the leading point guard for this Korean team and just too experienced to make those mistakes.
Almathon in the lane and puts it up, and you can see how the momentum has quickly been stolen by the team in blue. .30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Oh, good pump fake Rowe. Oh, but then Rowe turns it over. Each of the North Korean players seems to have been bitten by the turnover bug.
I'm not sure why you need to pass that, Jeff. You've got your man up in the air and you go into the hoop.
Over-reliance on the 3. Cabin Bin doing a little crossover. Pontejos.
He's going one place.
And a little runner. And Pontejos is having one of those games. And then a risky block there, but she gets away with it. Bernardino and the Philippines strike right back. They lead it 18-13 after 1.
Stats there, Jeff. I'll go through them very briefly. 1 3-pointer made for the Philippines, 3 of 10 for Korea, and they've only taken 8 twos. That was a familiar story yesterday.
Well, 18-13, the Philippines on top. I think it's about a 10-0 run, isn't it? It's just been all of a sudden, or a 9-0 run.
Yeah, we had those 3 threes and a 2 from Kim, and Korea still only have 2 scorers on the board as opposed to Philippines 5 scorers. Pontejos has just crept up to 5 points. Amazon has 7, and Anaman, Lim, and Bernardino have 2 apiece. The problem for Korea might be finding heroes or heroines. As Rowe has 2 and Kim, the number 9 Kim, Mi-hyung has 11 points.
Having watched the first quarter here, I mean, do you think that this Philippines team might be better suited to stay in Division A?
I mean, they got the younger team coming through, Jeff, so there is some merit to that. And you know that Filipino basketball is very strong, highly supported.
Well, the winner of this game will stay in Division A. The loser drops to Division B. It's a battle of winless teams here at the FIBA Women's Asia Cup. And Pontejos has sort of grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck, hitting 5 straight points. Here she is again, and this time she falls down. When I see that, I can't help but think she's trying to bait the referee into calling the foul.
Yeah, it's a good point.
And some refs don't like that. Here is the 3 from Rhee, misses, and Captain Kim passes it back outside. These second, third opportunities are what really hurt the Philippines, but this time the North Koreans turn it over.
Yeah, Kim's passed it. I'm not sure what Rowe's doing. Rowe should be coming to the ball. He's off on the other side somewhere. And Rowe and Kim are still having a little chat about it, staring at each other.
So Bernardino passes back to Cabinbin. Let's see if Pontejos can free herself again. Cabinbin is just going to take it all the way and bank it in.
Super move from Cabinbin. You know, this Korean team, Jeff, they had that flurry of points from Kim, the 3 threes and the 2. Look at this crossover space.
Smallest player on the court.
Yep.
Well, this has been the tournament of the small player, hasn't it?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And the big.
And the medium size as well.
Listen, Jeff,
3-point play.
Lee Yaru of China. She should be playing under 19. No, she's not playing under 19. She's playing senior women, and she's the best player on the floor.
For China, yes.
Yep.
Look at that. Fouled from behind by Almathan. Yeah, we were certainly perplexed last night. China, 1 minute and 4 seconds into the game, the coach removes his star 18-year-old. Doesn't put her back into the game until very late. And so the Philippines looking for the easy ones now, the Koreans, and good defense, and the North Koreans just kind of falling asleep.
Cabinbin here. Isolation here. They're trying to go for this isolation one-on-one again, Jeff. There's Almazan looking down high-low. Put the ball on the floor. Nice looking move, too. 2 points for the Philippines.
Kim inside.
Jeff again, Rowe gives up a layup.
And the bad miss from Kim. Now Pontejos. Philippines, well, no lead is safe for them, that's for sure. But they certainly got the wind in their sails right now. They were down 13-9. Let me confirm that.
13-7, I think it was, Jeff.
And another basket. And the Filipinos have got the wind in their sails big time. And now the turnover. And the North Koreans are just out of sorts.
Yeah, they're going to burn the timeout here.
So they will go to the bench. They led 13-7 after Kim's two-pointer. She may have had a 2, and we thought she had had a 3. No, 2 threes.
She's
No,
got
that's
3
right.
threes.
She's got 3 threes and the 2, yeah.
Yep. She's
So
got a
after
layup.
her 2, they went up 13-7. That was with 2.5 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And since that time, they've been outscored 18 to nothing.
And I guess what it highlights, Jeff, is something that perhaps we saw yesterday. Korea can't really find any balanced offense. I think we find it in the quarterfinals, perhaps. Not yesterday, but the quarterfinals. They just have hard time finding consistency from somebody else other than Rowe.
And really also, don't forget, they lost their concentration because Zhang was bringing the ball up the floor, and they still had the lead. And you know, Pontejos had just drilled a 3-pointer to cut it to 13-12, and then Bernardino just took the ball right away from Zhang.
Yeah.
Went in for the uncontested layup.
The only thing is, I've seen Rowe a couple of times now get good positions close to the basket, just throw it out. So is there an element they're telling Rowe to pass the ball, not be so selfish? But the main score is zone for Korea. It might just open up a 3-point shot somewhere for somebody here easily. Or a layup.
And Lam turns and scores as a 20-0 run. Alarm bells ringing.
Yeah,
North Korea.
They are indeed, Jeff. There's no doubt about it. The North Koreans are in a little bit of a pickle here.
They haven't looked this confused all tournament long.
And don't forget, that's their main way of getting out of this. Instead of looking to get the ball to Rowe, attack the hoop. As we saw in game 1, it was just tremendous.
Cabin bin. Pontejos off the back of the iron. I think the way that the Philippines play this game, though, I think the door will always be open for a comeback.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Here's Rowe. Look, now can she score? No, she's looking to pass the whole time.
Now she turns and turns it over.
That might be why she's passing. Not having a great game. You know, and the last 2 games she's played, she's been more effective once the game's been over. Quarterfinal, the game yesterday. So once they get into big deficits, she seems to play a bit better.
Cabin bin for 3. Go! Smoking hot.
3 fingers to the air for Cabin bin. Just to tell everybody that, let everybody know that she was in 3-point line. She was miles beyond the arc.
Just as a reminder, it was 13-7 with 2.5 minutes remaining, and now it's 30-13. What a run!
And Kim had made 3 of 3. That should have been easy meat for her. Just blew that one.
North Koreans have just gone off the rails. It's as simple as that. And the bank shot is good from Miranda.
And there is no timeout for the Koreans left, is it? They've blown both timeouts in this half. That's why you talk about that timeout, 2.5 minutes gone, Jeff. What a waste now.
Now Rowe finally stops the bleeding. First 2 points of the second quarter and cuts that deficit back to 17 points. And if North Korea could somehow get a couple of stops, go on a little bit of run, get it back to 10 points or less, they might feel much better about their chances. Lim catches it. Three-point attempt off the back of the iron, and the ball goes off of Zhang. So substitutions is Tonko, Rezolte come back in the game, as well as Animam and D. So wholesale substitutions. Oh, is that a double dribble? I guess not. Traveling is the call. The pass was made to her, and she kind of dropped it.
I don't know whether a fumble counts as a dribble. I think the referees let you have a fumble, and it doesn't count as a dribble. there's not really a controlled put the ball to the floor.
And good drive, much better.
Yeah, it's a good-looking move from Kim, 16.
And now back to 15 points to deficit. And Miranda gets inside, turns, and scores.
Pretty good defense from Korea, held their ground, and just Miranda just fouled over the defender, put it in.
Gemma Miranda, 22 years of age.
She's 22 as well.
Yep.
Well, they've got a bright future, Jeff, I'm telling you. And your point about would it be better for Philippines in terms of future development, yeah, you may have a good point. Back-to-back fouls from Tonko. Coach Kikino just telling her, no, move your feet. No more fouls.
Have to wonder about what the postmortem would be like if North Korea go back on the back of a heavy defeat to the Philippines. And the foul before the shot.
Yeah, it's a good call.
But you know, it's one thing because they started off and showed so much promise against Chinese Taipei and almost won the game, and then to completely unravel.
Jeff, I don't know if you remember that game. There was issues with tiredness and cramp at the end of the game, remember?
Yeah, you're right.
So after this, you play 6 games this tournament.
Kim hits another 3.
So it's this element of
14 points.
Conditioning, yeah.
Yeah, I take your point, the conditioning. Although we haven't seen any issues in that regard since. Or at least not the last couple of games for the North Koreans. Russell Tye drives in and gets the foul.
The number 6 for Korea, Kim, gets the foul here. She's staying in control. You know, Jeff, she's trying to get out of the way more than reaching. It's a tough call.
She's thinking, if you're going to call the foul, might as well just hack away. Go back up by 17. And now the moving screen.
It's against Kim, 9, I think. First foul for Kim. She got 14 points out of the 20 for Korea. They still trail by 17. Playing a lot better, but in a big hole.
I don't know if you've seen the Coach Kim of North Korea, but she pushes and she pops them on the back. Do you see that? She was shoving her players off the court and onto the court.
There's no love, is there? No love lost.
Miranda over to Rezo. Tay buries it.
Oh, they're getting drilled now. 20 points, the difference.
That was a 3 ball. And nice turn from Rowe.
Double team came, but it almost came the same side as Animan was guarding.
Well, Coach Kim is just irate over there on the bench. She's shouting at her assistant coach. And this time, Miranda just kind of waltzes into the lane.
Another tough call for Korea. Not sure there's much contact here either. It's Rowe's 3rd foul, Jeff. That's a real killer.
She has not played well today, though. Not up to her usual lofty standard.
No. Jeff, if they don't get her out here, I'm sure they'll get her out with Kim coming back in.
And both free throws, and Miranda really sparking the Philippines right now. No, it's not going to be Rowe that comes out. It's going to be number 16, Kim. So Rowe, in fact, stays in with the 3 fouls. And we saw what happened yesterday. And now the turnover. And
oh, beautiful play. And Kim's going to get the foul here. She dropped the pass at the halfway to the foul line and then went to retrieve.
It was Lemai stayed in yesterday, wasn't it, for India, and picked up her 4th foul.
And then the funny thing was, out of the timeout, she comes back on the floor for the free throw, didn't she?
Yeah, she came back out to play defense.
And you mentioned about assistant coaches and communication with coaches. That was a clear issue there of somebody not telling the coach, listen, you can't put her on the floor with 4 fouls. She's too valuable. Let alone put her on the floor with 3.
And Miranda finally misses. She'd been scoring everything else she'd put up. Look at Campbell. She's the wheels are turning inside her head. What do we do to get back into this game? 1 of 2 and a 21-point lead. And it really did look like the Democratic People's Republic of Korea were about to take command on top 13-7. Jang, Rowe has to be careful.
Good move from Jang too, not to make that nothing dropping at all.
The dump to Animam. That's the part of her game she has to get better at. And Resulte gets in, but a foul also called. A push on Sambile.
Yeah, you're right, Jeff. I didn't see that. Saw Animam involved, but yeah, Sambile got it.
Yeah, Animam has all the tools, the athletic tools. She plays hard, but she's got to really work on her game inside, doesn't she, offensively?
Oh yeah, it's a raw game right now, and at this level, she's exposed quite quickly for the lack of tools she has.
So North Korea with a chance to get it right back, but they're down 23 points. Now we've seen some pretty big comebacks in this tournament. And it seems like whenever you're trailing big, that's when the free throws stay out.
Yeah. You're just looking for a little spark, aren't you? Nothing seems to go right.
Look at Kim barking out shouts of support. Miranda gets it back. Sambile goes up, and Kim comes down with it. Kim's pass knocked out of bounds.
Korea will be desperate to get it under 20 at the break. You know, 18-17 sounds a lot better than 21-22.
You know, we were talking about they had a chance to get it down to 10. So it's really gone from bad to worse. No need to foul here. You'll put them on the line. Well, it's a shocking lead right now. And in it goes, and Animam misses. Goes up again and scores with the left hand. She looked good on that.
Yeah, long levers, Jeff. Too much for the Korean defense, really. Rowe up beside herself. She didn't get the ball in the low post.
She's like, if I'm out here, you got to get me the rock.
Absolutely. You know, that's Jeff. It should be the focal point of every offense they play, because it'll at least open up the shooters.
Final 10 seconds of the first half. A nightmare first half for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Philippines have almost scored 50 points. Here's Rowe. Ooh. And that's the type of game that it's been. Misses.
Oh, the shot clock's gone off. They think it's the end of the half, Jeff.
Nope,
and the Philippine player walked with the ball on the rebound.
Oh, well.
1 point. That'd be good to see that again in slow as a replay. Cardinal error.
Just saw Pigeon Feather fall to the court. Yeah. Rowe for 3, and well, it didn't matter. So a lot of work to do for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, but for the Philippines, it's all about, can we stamp our authority on this match even more? They lead it by 24 at halftime.
If you look at those stats there, Jeff, 4 of 20 from Korea. They're living on the three-point line. 13 twos, 23s. The imbalance is 2 games in a row it's been like that. And assists even, rebounds even, pretty much. And turnovers for Korea have been instrumental, but really the shooting has been the story of this game for the Philippines.
It's a horror show. It's 47-23. The Philippines on top of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
He was born earlier in the tournament. You missed your calling. You're a rock star, baby. Sing it. X Factor success. By the way, Mick wants to see your scouting plan. You know, this is Sky, how you doing? This is I'm in India right now. I'm trying to speak to you on the phone. I didn't get through. Just give you an idea of what's going on in the arena right now. I can get the see right there. The arena in India. Missing you guys. Everything's okay. I'll speak to you later. Bye now. Love you all. Thank you. Everything's okay. We are in our final day here in India. See the beard's getting a little underneath the trim. Here's Clement. Here's Jeff. Jeff says he misses you, but I don't think so. Who are you talking to? It's me, baby. He's always texting Shona. I think he preferred Shona to me, but I don't know what to say. I'm going to do 2 more weeks with him in Lebanon. as GB performance manager, GB under 18 did a great job. Check out Henry Kane McCullough. He is the real deal. I really like the way he plays. It's a good find for Alan. Next that team, promotion team now. Speak to you later. Probably too much.
You might better delete those videos after you send them.
So they'll be on my my phone, like.
Yeah.
On my phones, yeah.
No, they're not there. They didn't go to my camera.
I wonder where they are then.
What?
They didn't go to my camera.
Should be there.
Jeff. Just count it up. Ready? Level crossing.
Oh my gosh. Train coming?
I don't know. I turned around and went a different way, but when I went a different way, there was no bar. It was just a normal road over the railway line. Because they've got so many roads over these railway lines. They were built in the old days. They've never rerouted them. You see.
That's dangerous doing that.
Yeah. You ready? Here's the boy. I think that rim's a little low.
Has he dunked in a game before?
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. He gets up a bit. He's he's speedy.
Message for Bay Valley. Good morning. Good morning. We talked the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. It's great. Stay up late at night. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So that is the headmaster's dog.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's this pig. He's a bit bigger now, but look, this is when he was canine aversive. He didn't like dogs. Look at him, he's so scared. There's no tail wagging. Look, this one comes up, look at him. Look, look. And Pip is small. This one's like,
Kind of.
yeah, look at him. There's no tail wagging, see? He's not sure. He's probably saying, what's he's moving his tail up?
How old is Pitt there?
Maybe 5, 6 months. Then his balls drop. Now he's become crazy. This is Maddie. Not too similar, just similar to your age. Look, Valentina's age too.
She's 18 months or
She's
19 months?
20 months. What's Valentina?
She's born in January, so that's
So this one is
February,
3 months
March,
older.
April, May, June, July. Yeah, 18 months. Yeah, you can see she's quite more advanced.
Well, 47-23, the Philippines on top of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, and it's I guess there's 20 minutes to go here for this North Korean team to turn it around, and they're going to have a lot of work to do. And it's interesting because, you know, we've seen the Philippines struggle in this tournament. They didn't really come close to getting a win in any of their games. They did play well for a long stretch against Chinese Taipei, but overall they've been run out of the gym in all their games, and we really kind of expected, I think, the North Koreans to come out and be a little bit more decisive, but it's been the opposite. They have looked flustered, and they just kind of fell apart. They went off the rails, Mick, in that second quarter especially.
Yeah, and Jeff, to me there's an element here that I don't want to blame coaches, but the organization needs to look long and hard, because you've got one player that's a potent force inside row, number 12. She put 32, 34 points up first game, and she's a force. She has 6 at halftime.
There she is.
Passed up shots. You got to get her shots inside the paint. And at the end of the first half, she started going to work. That should have happened in the first minute. In the first minute, she should have 12 points up there already, maybe 14, 15. Just for the fact she's been to the free throw line so many times, but it's not happened. And they're in this game because Kim hits, what, 4 threes? What happened if Kim hadn't come to play? We'd be struggling big time.
Well, second half action underway here in Bengaluru, India. It's the Filipinos in the blue, and they are in command, up 24 points, but 20 minutes for the team in white, the North Koreans, to turn this thing around. Will it start now, getting inside the row? Well, she had an opportunity, passed it back out, and now she has to be careful as well with those 3 fouls.
Jeff, there comes a point where you get it that close, just turn up and challenge the hoop. Get some offensive rebounds following you in. This philosophy of just kick it out every time.
And Amathon, meanwhile, goes up and just adds another 2 to the lead for the Philippines. It's almost as if the North Koreans are just going to settle for threes. Well, here she is, much further away from the hoop than before. Taking the shot. Now Kim open. And sigh of relief perhaps breathed over there on the sidelines.
Much needed Kim 3 there. She's not her fair share this tournament, that's for sure.
Well, she had that great first game against Chinese Taipei. She was the one that cramped up, wasn't it? Wasn't she?
She was, yeah. It's a 12 3-pointer of the tournament.
And Reza Tai puts up an air ball. And Lim keeps the ball alive, and the ball will belong to the Philippines. That's the kind of game it's been. It was an air ball, and then North Korea weren't able to rebound it. And the drive from Cabinban misses. So now another opportunity for the team in
Here
white.
we go. Now, what's she got to work here? She's got to attack the bucket.
Or she's going to take the jumper.
Yeah, that's fair enough. She's got that. Next time will be a drive, because she can just fake that shot now. That's a good play. But Jeff, my question is, will they get it, the ball in the same position?
I just don't have the answer for you. I've got good connections in some of these teams, but I have to say
You haven't broken into the
I haven't
Korean
broken into the confidence of the
brain
coaching
trust.
staff.
Yeah.
Now it's going to be Kim for 3, and she hits it. Well, signs perhaps of a comeback.
Again, that's a 13th 3 of the tournament, second tonight. She had 3 yesterday.
If you're the Philippines here, you're going to put up a 3, or you're going to try to get a high percentage shot down low?
In the Philippines, Jeff, they'll take what you give them, so not an option, not a problem. Nice shot.
The turn and the shot from Lim. Now the jumper, and Kim had hit some jump shots in the first half. All the chaos happened for Democratic People's Republic of Korea right after Kim had just been on fire. Almathon misses from long range. Well, just inside the arc, in fact.
Yeah, it seems such a long time ago now that onslaught from Kim happened, doesn't it?
Now, and Rowe just doesn't even look to turn. She just passes it right back out. Now Kim on the baseline and rattles another one in.
She's having a great second half, and 8 points in 3.5 minutes.
Trying to lead her team back. The winner stays in Division A. The loser drops into Division B, so stakes could not be any higher. Nothing quite like a relegation fight. Resultai puts it up and in from the corner.
Huge 3 for Resultai. She hasn't hit many either this tournament, so it's a big day for her.
That was right in front of the coach. Oh, they get it to Rowe, and Rowe knows where to go.
Nice pass from Yang. Got deep into the lane. Waiting for some team to go to a zone and maybe stem the tide a bit of the scoring.
Lim puts it up and in. Well, this North Korean team can't trade baskets. They got to get some stops, and the Filipinos are just scoring at will. They don't look as comfortable driving, do they?
No, they don't. It's the finish part of it, isn't it?
And nope, it's going to be waved off. An elbow is going to be called on Resultai.
Well, the referee had the best view of it, Jeff, and the defender Kim went down hard too.
Yeah, Kim goes down like a sack of wheat. Watch this.
Well, you've seen some of those called as blocking foul, haven't you? That's a last day call, isn't it?
Well, I suppose when you're down 20, you can expect to get a call like that. So 15 minutes to go in the game. And good rebound for the Philippines. Bernardino just goes all the way, coast to coast.
Beautiful move. And you think Bernardino's, what, 22, Jeff, did you say?
22 years of age.
This is the next coming for Philippines. He took Almazan. No, not Almazan. Who am I thinking about? Who are the youngsters? Animam.
Just 18. And the air ball for
Castro
Kim.
and Bernardino. That's a good trio there to build a team around.
Miranda as well is young, 22.
Yep.
Tonko is 21.
There you go. That's
Castro's 20.
Right there, getting great experience here.
Saw that coast-to-coast move from Bernardino there.
Well, and the finish with the finger roll. That's a tough skill to come up with. Good defense here from Kim, the number 16, just helping out Rowe as Animam was going to get a nice lob pass. And here's the radar of this Philippines team, Pontejos in the game. Before that, we'll get a timeout. It's got to be a Korean timeout, is it? Yeah.
Well, we've seen it happen so many times these big early first half runs for teams here in this tournament, and they're just too much to overcome. And the question is, are you seeing any signs at all that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea can overcome this collapse, if you will, in the
They're
first
playing
half?
better, aren't they? They're playing better. They're putting more points together, but they cannot stop the Philippines scoring. And with a 22-point lead, everything the Philippines do is with confidence. So therefore, you're playing against a team that has got they feel mentally they've got the momentum. Now, that's how games change, you see. You think you've got the momentum, and then you start missing shots. And the opposition sneaks back at you, but it's going to be a tough comeback from here. It's 22 down. They've had good looks, Korea, to break into the teams. They've not made it yet. So my feeling, the answer to your question in a short answer is no. You want the long answer?
Nope, that's exactly what I wanted. Bernardino, meanwhile, floats in.
You see that move, Jeff?
Yeah.
Carrying it right hand, the youngster. I'm telling you, the Philippines have a future here.
It's keeping the ball away from the defense. Bernardino.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a tough pass. Cabin bin, shot clock winding down. And Rose able to rebound the ball over Anima.
Ooh, backcourt right there.
Almost. Rowe turns, gets inside, and puts it up and in.
Jeff, it's that easy.
Yeah, I mean, I would think she would be almost unstoppable down there.
I just wonder whether the players to have her be more positive the second half rather than the first half. If you get other players involved.
Possibly. Animan turns, goes up with the left hand, banks it in.
Nice move.
Bit mechanical, but nevertheless, the end product was good.
But she's 18, you see, 18 tall, but no, uncoordinated still. It'll come.
Also left-handed. I mean, that makes it even more complicated, doesn't it? Kim pulls up. And Lim with the rebound. Pontejos. Is there a temptation if you're the Philippines to take a little bit of time off the clock every trip down, or you just play?
Not yet, Jeff. I think if they get through this next 250 and we still got a 20-point lead, you'll see them be a bit more diligent and patient with the ball. Just kill this one off. Don't take chances. You don't need an open game when you're 20 points up.
Bernardino drives in, banks it up. How about that?
Yeah, that was a soft, nice touch too. She's played really well today, Bernardino.
She's best driving, isn't she? Kim. And it's getting to be very difficult to see how the North Koreans can find their way back into it. Lead is right where it was at halftime. Rebounding. Filipinos winning that battle. And Bernardino and Pontejos, and drives and takes the contact.
Speedy play from Pontejos. She knew she was going to get it as well, so prepared herself for it, got the ball protected.
She had a burst of speed there that I didn't expect. So it really is tough, really, to understand how we could have watched this North Korean team play so well on opening day, only to lose by a single point, and then to come out today and lay an egg. Although I guess at the end of a tournament, anything can happen.
Yeah, I think you're right, Jeff. And you know, it's all down to styles. You know, how would you play with this team, this Korean team? Well, you'd start from inside out, wouldn't you? And that hasn't happened. You know, if you look at the board, Rowe has 12, and she should have had that in the first quarter.
Ball goes out of bounds, off Rowe.
You know, there's many things you can do with a post play like Rowe to get her from freedom. You know, run screens, back screens. but it's not been in the system from the beginning. Therefore, you can't just suddenly put it in the last minute.
She takes, gives the overhead pass over to Bernardino. And the youngster dribbles around. Afril Bernardino, the 21-year-old, misses, gets it back. And that's where she needs to do a better job with the putback.
Yeah, that was wide open too. She'll be ruining that miss, that's for sure.
Kind of falling away, just go to the basket. And maybe just concentrate a little bit more. Rowe, bounce pass, or pass on the interior, nice pump fake. So Kim gets the 2 back. Bernardino hands it to, look at that, Miranda, or Animam. Animam goes up,
nice
powerful move.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff.
64-39. I don't think the North Koreans know what hit them. They're a bit dazed. Kim launches one from the arc. North Koreans seem to have saved their worst performances for the classification round.
Yeah, it's a shame too, because you know that first night was such a great game.
Al-Mathan from the line. And the pass over to Kim. And Kim's shot goes over the backboard. And that is the end of the quarter, so it's only gotten worse for the North Koreans, and the Filipinos 10 minutes away from securing their Division A status.
Well, look at your numbers, Jeff. 26 threes for Korea and 25 twos. So they've done better in terms of getting more twos.
Fourth quarter now underway here. And it's not looking good for the team in white. The North Koreans, it's going to take something extraordinary for them to come back in this one.
Miranda the foul. They're just reaching on Kim. See the number 5 Kim drove.
2. Well, maybe that'll be the start of something extraordinary. Full court pressure, and ends up with an easy one for Lim.
Tough on North Korea there. They did everything right, got the pressure, just left 3 players back unguarded.
Back over to the Philippines, and really it's all smiles for the Philippines. And just looks of desperation.
Somebody's deflected it.
Looks of desperation for the North Koreans, not surprisingly. Here it is again, look at this. Oh no, that was the
layup was it from the Philippines.
Spins, Miranda.
Rose 4th, Jeff. Didn't do much, maybe a little reach. You could ill afford to lose her right now because you figure that might just open the floodgates.
No, 68-41. 27-point lead for the Philippines. 3-point attempt, and well short. I think it looks as if the North Koreans have run out of ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, to be honest with you, their technical side offensively has been a little less, you know, has needed improvement. I don't think they've had much to begin with. Good call.
Good call. That's unfortunate. Good sportsmanship from Cabedbin to go over and help up Kim.
Yeah. Ponteas just run underneath, and whether there was much contact or not, but it was enough to, we used to call it the submarine play. Going underneath somebody.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's kind of a dirty play, actually.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You make them feel like they're going to lose they're going to fall, don't you?
Their legs, yeah. I mean, it wasn't quite that bad because Kim wasn't in the air, but look over to the Korean bench there, Jeff. A sign of modern times. The bench don't sit anymore. They all stand behind the chairs.
Yeah, they just kind of stretch. Cabedbin dribbles down, then hits Almathon, and she puts it up and in.
Yeah, you know what? They've finished some plays today, the Philippines. That was a nice left-handed layup down the lane.
Rowe for 3.
Well, if North Korea do end up in the B division in the next 7 minutes, it'll be a interesting tournament in a couple of years' time. That's for sure. There'll be a force down there.
They should be better, shouldn't they? I mean, just purely if you think they're getting some competition, getting some good coaching, these youngsters, they should be better when we see them the next time around.
Lebanon will be better. Lebanon had an import that couldn't play. I'm sure that will change the next time the Lebanon go into that tournament. They'll want to get to the A division.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for the North Koreans.
The stands, the Kazakhstan and the Uzbekistan. Who wins today? India, if they don't win today.
And it goes back the other way now. And another bump from Lim, and free throws coming.
2 shots for Rhee here, number 10. Who was only the 1 point to her name. She had, was it 19 yesterday? Tired looking free throw from Rhee.
Well, it's just not happening. Not happening at all. And cabin bin, I guess in a way it's perhaps instead of bringing down this North Korean team, you have to celebrate the potential of the Philippines. And as you look back, Mick, at their FIBA Women's Asia Cup, you get a basket there from the North Koreans. What has been the big letdown for this Filipino team?
What has been the big letdown? Have you said?
Yeah, what has been the big letdown?
I mean, I wouldn't say there has been a letdown, Jeff. I think they've come in here with a young team and a team for the future. So you take your beats this year, don't you? If you can maintain Division A status, you come back in 2 years a little stronger. I think everything's in place here for the Philippines to grow and move in this A division. Are you listening?
No, I am listening. I'm looking at what you're saying. Trying to get some stats to back it up.
That's right, yeah, not much sense going on. So I think getting the one victory, staying in division, sorry, feet are clashing again under the table, aren't they? Getting A division status is their main goal, or staying up in the A division. I don't think there was any way they thought they could get from into the World Cup.
Well, you look back, and they open up the tournament with the two hardest games possible. So they really had no chance against Japan, and that scoreline 106-55 is accurate. I mean, you have to understand, if you've seen Japan play, you know they are a quality team, one of the top teams in the world. Ditto for Australia in their next game. They lost that one 107-65, although in the second half they played much better, especially the third quarter, which they won. Then against the Koreans, they kind of managed the blowout, but still lost 91-63, the South Koreans. And then in their quarterfinal, they crashed to a heavy defeat to China 117-43. Never had a chance, never.
So
Chinese Taipei, they were blown out 87-53. So I don't think there was really any sign that they were going to come out and win today by
you're right,
such a substantial margin.
No, I think they're just lucky that North Korea just lack.
They got them at the right time.
Well, and I think they lack. Listen, I think they lack the knowledge technically, for want of a better word. What I'm seeing, what I saw first game, I'm not seeing today. So okay, there's fitness involved. Have they come physically ready to play 6 games? Probably not. Last game, you've got the player in the top 3 in scoring, and she is passing the ball 2 feet away from the bucket first half. The orders should be, you get us going. You get 12 points in the first half and we get going.
They've got an imbalance in their team, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, they don't have much size inside, but the size that they do have is row.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, they like to pass it out for the threes, but you got to have the balance, especially when you have a dominating player as is Rowe at the free throw line right now.
Absolutely.
Nobody can hang with her. No. We saw her score 30, we thought it was 36 points on opening day.
And official stats at 32, so
that's still up for debate. But anyway, it was,
that's the technical side. I don't think they're really getting served very well, because I think as coaches, do they go out? Do they find stuff to learn from? Must be very difficult.
Oh, nice take from Bernardino. So the Filipinos trying to finish with a flourish. And Animan swats Rowe. And that was impressive. That's been her most impressive play of the day, in my opinion. See if she swats her here. Rowe passes it back out. Shot clock winding down. Well spotted, and the three-pointer falls. Wow. So good defense by the Philippines, not rewarded there. 21 points, the deficit. And the reach and the foul. That is the second team foul. Look at this three. You can't win ball games just by shooting the three-pointer.
No, absolutely not. No, but you know what? Every now and again, you get a bit of luck and goes in.
Well, they are from three-point range today. Sambile brings a little bit of rain.
Yeah, she's got a high arc and a shot. Looks like it's not going anywhere near the hoop. Just drops in, nothing but net.
They have taken the same amount of three-pointers, the North Koreans today, as they have from shots inside the arc. 7 of 29 beyond it, 12 of 29 inside the arc.
Yeah, and that's an imbalance that they can't quite
Oh, a little wall.
sort out for themselves, isn't it?
Meanwhile, the Philippines will like to shoot their threes, but today they've just taken it to the hoop. 28 of 48 inside the arc. I mean, they are shooting a scalding hot 58.33% inside the arc.
Wow, that's not bad. I mean, that's not bad for a team that, and that's the difference between the teams, Jeff, isn't it? One team can find ways to score in the arc, the other team cannot.
Cabin then goes to her left, puts it up. Animam keeps it alive. Bernardino finds her way in. Animam now she needs to go up strong. There she does. There's the future of Filipino basketball.
Big game too, double figures, Jeff. There's 4 on that scoreline with double figures. It's been a great all-round performance.
And Rowe just adds to the disappointment, and it's going to be the phrase "no chance." They had 2 chances a couple of minutes ago to come back, slim and none. And now Slim has just left town. They've got no chance as Sambile goes up. And Rowe hands it off. And now it's just a matter of trying to make that scoreline more respectable for the North Koreans. Wonder what the thought process will be like for the North Koreans, especially the coaching staff, as they go back home when they reevaluate how everything went.
That's a good question, Jeff. You know, it's a good question because, like all good coaches, everybody's learning. It's a learning process. How do you make your team better? How do you make your individuals better? How do you make yourself better as a coach? You're always watching, asking questions, reading about the game.
I'll see you practicing your commentating in front of the mirror. You're learning. Mick, you ready to go? Yeah, just let me practice a couple more lines here. Here's Lim, gets inside, banks it in.
I just need a few cheap catchphrases. Some of the cheap ones you throw out are good, though.
You got to practice with your wife. They're the ones that'll tell you if it's good or not. Kim, online, good. Too little, too late.
That's a 5th, I think, isn't it? 5th of the night, 5th 3.
She was 4 of 8, and now she's 5 of 9. And here's Captain Kim. Pulls it back and passes outside in another 3-pointer. So Kim now has 6 3-pointers. She'll go back and say, I was 6 of 10 from long range. I put up a big number today, and we've not won the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that should be a lesson in itself. It's not about just one person. Everybody has to be turning on all cylinders. Although that said, you had 2 players turning on all cylinders on that opening day, and it was almost enough for them to win against Chinese Taipei. Open again, and this time she put up an air ball. Cabin bin. And the ball goes out of bounds. 1:39 remaining. So, you know, it's something to build on for the Philippines. You know, when you look back at, they probably frustrated me as much as anybody watching them play in this tournament. But when you look at it in the cold light of day, and you can see the potential of some of their young players and how good they already are, you know, you have to say there is promise. And now it becomes a matter of working with those youngsters, making sure they're competing, and making sure that you keep the bar raised high for them, but also getting them competition and making them compete against other players for spots in the teams. I mean, there's numerous things to worry about.
And the good things about the Philippines, they put programs together. They will play games. They will invite teams over. They will go and visit teams to play, and they can learn a lot from the Japanese model, I think.
But also you have to wonder about their, with their style of play. Do they learn anything from having played against some of the best teams in the world? Do they try to incorporate some of those things? And also the reality defensively, do they have the capacity to get better on that end of the floor? Because that more than anything is where they have to work. That and doing the little things like the rebounding and what have you. And they scrap for it, coming up a minute to go. And when you see a player like Fujioka dominate as she has in this tournament, that should be a signal to any team that doesn't, don't use size as an excuse.
Well, Jeff, and the other thing is, look at the under-19 women's championships going on, which is your future for each country. Japan's in the semi-finals.
And that would be in Italy. Is that correct?
So USA, Canada, Russia, and Japan are in the 4 semi-finals. So 2 from the North American, 1 from Europe, and 1 from Asia in that semis.
And who's going to win that?
The USA must be favorites. I think Canada have got a decent team, but they will not beat the Americans, I don't think.
Nice play. Ball goes back. Kim puts it up. And a three-pointer. Well, they've made the scoreline more respectable. It's back to 15. And Bernardino nowhere to go on the baseline. Passes out. Resulte outside. Takes some time off the clock now. Goes inside and tries the no-look to Animan. She has to get it to Cabin Ben, who's going to have to launch it, but that's short. So with 12.4 seconds left, I don't think the scoreline is indicative of how convincing the win has been for the Philippines. And we've got a timeout. So interesting. North Koreans want to play every possession. I guess while there's hope, there's life. So with 12.4 seconds left, maybe they've got a play they're going to draw up here that we've never seen before. That would be 5 three-pointers is what they're down.
The final game of the tournament, I mean, it's, I'm not, who's to question taking a timeout, but you take a timeout now to learn something for the future, but everybody coached in different ways, Jeff.
Who do you like in the next game, New Zealand or Chinese Taipei?
Well, New Zealand must be favorites, Jeff, but
because they beat them the first time.
Yeah, North Korea are favorites in this game, so maybe it's the day of the underdogs.
Yeah, maybe so. Final seconds ticking off the clock here in Bengaluru, India. And the reverse, no good, and that will be that. Philippines will hold on to it, and they win it convincingly, although more convincingly than the scoreline suggests, in my opinion, 78-63 over the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. Well, as you can see over there on the Filipino bench, as the players exchange hands, and if we get a look at that bench, not the North Korean bench, the Filipino bench, a lot of smiles because they have won a game they had to win to stay in the top flight in Division A. They've beaten the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, who were out of sorts today. They just weren't at their best, and this team saved their best performance for when they needed it most to ensure they stayed in Division A. And as you look at the score shooting stats and the rebounding stats, it was pretty much over by halftime.
Yeah, I mean, even you go to the end of the first quarter, Jeff, I think that was...
There's Animam waving to the crowd.
24-0 turnaround from 13-7 to 31-13. It was a pretty ugly time for the North Koreans. And they'll go out of this tournament. They've made some friends. They've shown That's how North Korean can play basketball. There's some talent there. Technically, they might be left wanting in certain areas, but you know, all credit to them. I've really enjoyed watching them play.
Yeah, we're going to have better memories of them, and really the performance by the Philippines takes away some of the bad memories that we have of them. They came out and they just kept pouring it on, and they got the win that they needed to get.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No complaints, Jeff. It's been a good game, and Philippines I'll be looking forward to seeing them play in a couple of years' time. If I'm sitting next to you, of course, in a couple of years' time.
We don't know where it'll be. So some of the highlights, and Aquino, the bespectacled coach of the Philippines, will. What do you think? Is he going to go back and look at this game tape more than he's going to look at the other game tapes? And what do you do as the coach? Do you pour over the bad losses and see where you struggled, or do you go back and look at the good times?
Both. I think
they need to look back at the Chinese Taipei.
They weren't involved in a close game, but they blown out 4 times and they blew out their only victory. So, you know, I think you just concentrate on the youngsters for the future. You take the best of the veterans and you build for 2 years' time. You get a program in place where you play games next summer, and you really concentrate on winning more than one game next time out.
Well, if you look back at it, they probably competed. They had a chance against Korea. They had a chance. A chance, maybe a sliver of a chance, and they had a chance maybe against Chinese Taipei. So if you can look at the bad results, those are the 2 games that you look at. Those are the games. And maybe you come back and you look at a spell against China when they scored 16 points in the 3rd quarter. But overall, it's going to be for the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. I'm not exactly sure where they will go as the players actually walk in front of us. You know, I think, do you open yourself up to new ideas? Do you welcome in foreign coaches? Do you try to export your players to get them a look at different styles? Do you bring in other basketball figures? We know that some basketball figures have visited the country, like Dennis Rodman.
Jeff, look at the model that India brought in, bringing outside coaches in, design a structure for the whole program. That is essential for these countries. You know, it's and if you look right across Asia, it's a model that's been repeated over and over again. Japan started that way. You're bringing outside help in to help the youngsters and help coaches too. And that's something North Korea have to look at if they want to move this forward.
But it has to come from them. It can't be forced upon them.
No.
So they have to recognize. And anyway, so that's it for those 2 teams. The Philippines win it, and they will stay in Division A. It's relegation for the Democratic People's Republic